so hot, it's burning me. All right, let's see if she stays right here. I'm not sure.
It felt good.
Me and my friends. This angle's so unflattering, but this is the only angle that the camera will hopefully stay. It doesn't stay when I put it in the middle, so we're just gonna go with it. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Lily. I'm a college student at Bryant University. I post mainly lifestyle and college related content, but I also do some health and wellness stuff, so you should definitely subscribe and stick around if that's what you're into. Yeah, welcome to another video. Today I'm doing a drive with me, which, if you know, you know. I'm like terrified of vlogging while I drive just because I feel like it's a recipe for disaster, but I have my camera propped up in a way that it doesn't block my windshield whatsoever, so I don't feel like I'm going to crash and die, and hopefully it stays and it's just unbothered and I can just drive, and like it's not like I'm looking at the camera, so it's fine. Basically, I'm in the Dunkin' Donuts parking lot. Where else would I be? I went to Dunk's, got a coffee, cop just drove by, but now I'm going to be driving home. I'm gonna put music on, hopefully it doesn't get copyrighted. I don't think it will. Where's my playlist?
I'm on it.
So I'm gonna have my music really softly so I can just like have the vibes but like not get copyrighted, so that's that. I'm listening to my country music playlist. The thing said no right turn and I just like didn't know which way I was turning, but yeah, I'm playing my country music playlist. If that's not your vibe, sorry about it. If it is your vibe, it'll be linked down below. I don't know how to get out of here. Oh, that means okay, never mind. I'm just stupid. I just should not be operating a vehicle. There's no line we thought we would never lose, but we did when we were just kids. I don't know if I express this in my vlogs, but like if you know me, like I am so unbelievably obsessed with Luke Combs. It's like unhealthy. Like if you know, you know, I was big fangirl for, damn it. I was a big fangirl for, you know, R5, like Ross Lynch and that whole gang. And I still have mad respect for them. Like, you know, they made me who I am. Like they were part of my identity for a while, but I sort of like outgrew that because like I'm 19 now. Like if you're 19 and obsessed with a boy band, well they're not a boy band, right now it's not a boy, but you know what I mean. You're obsessed with a boy band or bands like that, like what's wrong with you? No offense if you are like, but totally exposing myself here. My fangirl tendencies are coming absolutely back with Luke Combs, and like I don't know what it is. Like I mean, he's so unbelievably talented. Like his music is just so good. Like I love his music. But like I started watching interviews because like I just was, and then I was like, wait, why am I so obsessed with you? So Luke Combs, if you're watching, why do I keep passing so many cops? I like don't know if this is illegal. I'm scared. It's fine, I don't think it's illegal. But yeah, so I'm listening to Luke Combs right now. Memories Are Made Of, you know, cute song. I think I'm just so obsessed with Luke Combs because all of his music is like stupid cute about like partying, like being in a relationship, or just like vibing, and like I feel like that's my whole brand now, so there's that. I don't know, I just really vibe with it. But yeah, so I don't even know what to talk about. Let's talk about Corona, actually. Let's talk about Corona. I haven't done a Corona update in a while. So, I live in Connecticut, so out here in Connecticut, there's, I believe our cases are dropping. I don't know if, I haven't checked like in the past few days, like over the weekend, but I know our cases were going down and like we were doing really well, which was like shocking because Connecticut's normally disastrous. But I don't know, whatever. But the state is slowly opening back up. Like I've been going back to the gym, and you guys have been seeing that on my channel, and you know, I've been vibing with that. I'm happy. I feel like and by no means am I promoting like not social distancing and stuff like that, like, because I do think that it still is important to social distance and everything, and like just because you may not be directly affected by the virus or know anyone that's been directly affected by the virus doesn't mean that it's like not a real thing. Like, there are people dying from it. Like, this is a legitimate thing, and you don't want to put other people at risk. But I do think that there's a fine line between like social distancing and like self-isolating yourself to the point that like your mental health is not good. Like, I stayed in my house and did not see anyone that I know, like outside of my family, for 3 months. And like, that's what we were expected. Like, it's not like, not pat on the back to me for doing that. Like, that's what I was supposed to do. And I'm still kind of supposed to be doing that. But like, I see these other influencers getting like absolutely ripped to shreds because they're hanging out with people or like traveling and doing stuff. But I feel like what people need to understand is that yes, they are influencers and they are supposed to, I guess, serve as an example to the general public and the people watching them. Like, they shouldn't be doing things that like, oh, there's construction up here. I feel like we have to remember that like, yes, they are influencers and that's their job. Their job is to be in the public eye and everything. But just because they're in the public eye and they're doing things doesn't mean that everything that they do you're going to agree with. And like, I feel like that is just like the way it is, and it sounds so aggressive. And like, I'm not even trying to say, obviously, like, there are some things you're not gonna, okay, my camera's gonna keep falling. You're not gonna agree with every little thing that every person does, like, obviously, but I feel like we need to remember that all of these influencers and stuff are real people, and they are also, like, they don't know, like, they could be, they could live in an area where there's like barely any cases, and I feel like Florida and like other states that didn't really shut down right away are like good examples of that, that like, if you didn't see the direct like impact of the coronavirus right when it happened, like, then you had no idea what was coming. And I feel like people don't realize that, because like where I live, like in Connecticut, the virus like hit hard immediately, like right from the beginning. Like, I came home for spring break and it was like everything shut down because like Connecticut was like through the roof with cases, like the whole tri-state area was. So like, I knew, I was like, okay, like this shit's real, like this is bad, like this is not good, this isn't gonna just go away, like this is a pandemic, this is bad. But other places that weren't really affected, like that maybe had like 1 or 2 cases, it was the same that like a lot of people's mentality was when it was like in other countries, and like we were like, okay, yeah, the coronavirus, LOL, like what is that? It's like you don't realize it until it hits you. And I feel like a lot of these influencers like just didn't realize that. And granted, like, they're all living their own life and they're allowed to do their own thing, but I just feel like, I feel bad that like people are like ripping them to shreds, like you are setting an awful example and stuff. It's like, yeah, maybe you don't agree with that choice that they're making, but like, it's their lives, their people, and yeah, they're putting their life on the internet, but they're not putting their life on the internet to do whatever makes you happy. And that's the tea. So I'm like trying not to, literally just drove past everyone and their mother. There's so much construction everywhere, and I just don't feel comfortable driving past cops with my camera taped to my dashboard. I just don't know if that's illegal or not, so there's that. Basically, I guess, end of the rant, what I'm trying to say is that like, people forget that these influencers are like real normal people, and like everyone makes mistakes, and like you're not gonna agree with everything everyone does, but like, I just feel like people are attacking, like getting vicious, and it's like, maybe they deserve it, I don't know. That's just my standpoint. But as far as how I'm doing with the coronavirus and everything, so I'm very aware that it's a real issue, and I really, really hate it. Like, obviously it sucks, not doing well, but like, I'll admit, things have definitely gotten a little bit more lax around me, at least. Like, I have been in the same car as people who don't live in my household, and we maybe weren't wearing masks. Sometimes we do wear masks, it depends on the situation. And is that wrong? I don't know, but like, there's not gonna be like an end date to this. Like there's not gonna just be like a day that the government's like, oh yeah, like actually you guys can all just do whatever. Like it's gonna be, people are gonna expand their bubble at their own pace and at their own rate. And as long as you are taking the precautions and you're not putting yourself at risk or other people around you, like if I go hang out with my friend who has been quarantined in her house for 3 months and we sit next to each other on her porch outside, like that's not harming anyone, you know? I feel like it's just such a sticky situation, and there has to be a fine line between like protecting your mental health and protecting your physical health, because yeah, physically it's best to stay in your house and like isolate yourself from people, but mentally, like that is not the wave. Like my mental stability rapidly declined when I was quarantined back in my house. Like I'm so serious. And like I always joke and I'm like, haha, I'm mentally unstable, but like mentally unstable was like an understatement to describe how I felt like a month into quarantine. Like I feel like we need to like sort of normalize the facts that like big changes in your life like this like are, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know how to say that word. Freaking hard. Like life was not peachy for me months ago. Like I was very, very unhappy and unwell. Like I feel like we need to normalize the fact that like it's okay to not be okay. Like I was so bad. Like I was just so unwell. But as things have opened up and things have started to open up and I am starting to see more people and get a little bit of an interaction, so like I'm doing better. But like yeah, like it was tough. Basically what it felt like, and I feel like Brooke talked about this, Brooke Michio. I love Brooke, if you didn't know, but she talks about this in her vlog. Basically, you're uplifted, and for me, I had a high school experience that was, you know, it was pretty typical as of a high schooler. Like I, you know, had my friends, had a long stable relationship in high school. I mean, I don't know if that's typical, but you know, I lived my life. I had my boyfriend, I had a stable group of friends, like I chilled, I lived my life, I did sports, like it was great. But I went to college, and like not to be like cliche, like went to college and found myself, but like I did. I went to college and I realized that like I was in this environment with all the same people for my entire life, and like all I knew was that bubble. And I sort of went to college and was like, you know what, like I am different now, and like I changed for the better. I personally believe. People would disagree, but I do think that college helped me sort of figure out like who I am and like what type of person I'm trying to be, and like who, like where I see myself as a member of society. So I don't know. And I just feel like I was doing so well in college. Like I was thriving, I was happy, things were great. But then I was like uprooted and put back into my little high school bubble, and I'm not even like, not to say I didn't have a bad high school experience. Like it was nothing like that. Like it was just that like I felt like I had grown and sort of moved on past high school, but then I was just like transported back into it. My camera just overheated, so that was sad. But I was saying, like I was transported back into my high school bubble, but like I was so different, and things were obviously different. Like I was not in that relationship anymore that I was in for pretty much my entire high school experience. And because of that, like I had some falling out with some friends. I obviously, oh my god, I was not in a relationship anymore, like, and it was fine. It's just like I was back home and everything was like, I was fine because I was perfectly okay with the fact that like I was different and things were not going to be the same. But like I guess the feelings and the vibes were not mutual, and it was just like so toxic. Like I was just not doing well. And it's like no one specifically, like it's no hard feelings. It's not like someone did something to me or like I did something to someone. Like it's not like that whatsoever. It's just that like we're different people and I'm a different person, and like I'm just not the same. And I just feel like, oh, I don't know. But talking to a lot of my friends that are older, I'm not driving right now. I'm gonna eat my bagel and talk. But talking to a lot of like my friends that are like upperclassmen or like at Bryant, or like even some of like my older influencer friends, they have all told me like that happens and like that's part of life. And I'm like, you know what, you're right. It just sucked because like I couldn't see my college friends or like do anything like that, so like I just felt so alone and so like mentally unstable. Okay, awkward. Switch to my phone. I'm parked, don't worry. My camera died. I don't have another battery, so that's a flop, but yeah. So I guess that's gonna be it for this little drive with me. Some rants, little therapy sesh, but you know, we chatted and it was fun. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to see more videos like this, let me know, because this was really fun. But yeah, I love you guys so much. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.